through that door or die! Please, please, please! Maybe you can pull or die! You want to do something! Do something!
Portrait of a man having a bad dream. His name, Roger Simpson Leeds. Place of residence, a retirement home. Roger Simpson Leeds, who since the death of his wife 3 years ago, has dedicated himself to living a life in which he touches no one and no one touches him. But now contact has been made, and Mr. Leeds is about to find himself touched by the Twilight Zone.
Hey, great day, huh? What do you got? Something good?
Uh-oh. Thank you. Something, ladies.
So, how's with that son of yours and the kids?
All right, I suppose.
Suppose? I thought they were supposed to be coming up to visit this weekend.
I told them just to... Well, you know how it is. I can't have a bunch of kids running all over the place.
No, of course not. With the photographers, mad social whirl, estate dinners, well, it just doesn't leave time for anything else. I'm sure they understand.
You're an evil man, Frank. Did I ever tell you that?
Oh, yeah, frequently. But then I'm not the one with the nightmares. Hey, one of the nurses told me that they heard you again last night. That's 3 times this week, Roger. Oh, we're meeting in the rec room for poker at 7.
No.
And by the way, I hear you're getting a new neighbor. Somebody's finally taken that room next door to yours.
Just so he doesn't snore.
Who said it was a he?
Aren't you going to say hello to our new guest, Mr. Leeds?
Who turned on the water? Oh, hi, Linda. The dishes will be done in a minute. Okay, Ray.
Come on, Mike. I mean, lots of marriages are warm, honest, caring, and some are conceived in hell. Hi, Bob. Hi, Linda.
Hey, Roger, these guys cheat.
We cheat?
Good for you. It takes a big man to admit a thing like that. So, how about it, Roger? You want to sit in on a hand or two?
Told you.
Who asked you, Deal?
Frank. Frank.
Yeah?
Who's that?
Give me 2. Her name is Laurel Kincaid. Word is she hasn't talked to anybody in 10 years. Not since her husband died. Stay. And she went, away. You look in her eyes, all you see is a reflection. Nothing goes in. Roger? You okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised you're not asleep. You're usually upstairs by 10.
No, I don't feel much like sleeping.
You want to talk about it?
No. Frank, why don't you just go away? Leave me alone.
Because I'm your friend, damn it. We used to talk, remember? 20 years. That ought to count for something, Roger. nothing's been the same. Not since... Roger, it's been 3 years. Rachel was like it was yesterday.
I just been sitting here thinking of some of the silly things that we can never straighten out. Jams and jellies.
Hmm?
I'd say, pass the jam, please. And she'd say, here's the jelly. I was some kind of a game. And but one day, I was in a bad mood, and we got into a big argument over it. Can you believe that? I mean, the little tiny picky things people argue about. Oh, I miss her so much.
I know. Rachel was a fine woman. But you can't keep pushing everyone away.
I never knew I needed her so much until she was gone. When I had my first heart attack, she held my hand. And she said she'd never let go, no matter what, as long as I held on. She believed in me. I would look in those eyes. There was nothing there but love. I felt I could do anything because she believed in me. I wonder what she'd think about me now.
What? What's happening now? Come on, Roger. Talk to me, Roger. Talk to me.
No, you'd think I was going crazy. I'm half convinced.
Well, my old father, he never said much of anything that was useful, but he did tell me 2 things. One, that love never dies. And 2, that we're never given anything that we can't handle. Truly.
Frank, please. Don't worry. I'm okay. You know I don't like it when you make a fuss like that, Frank.
All right. But if you change your mind, if you need me, you certainly know where to find me.
Yeah.
Well, that's about the most we've talked in almost a year. We ought to do it more often.
Good night, Frank.
Good night, Roger. Hi, good morning. Hey, Roger, you been outside yet? It's glorious. After breakfast, we'd go for a walk, huh? Talk a little, maybe? That'd be nice. And maybe get a little sun. You look awfully pale these days. You could use some sun. Hey, what happened to your hand?
Nothing.
Oh, no, nothing I can't see. This I can see. Therefore, that is something. I've been reading Socrates again. You can tell, can't you?
Frank, Jesus! Can't you ever shut up?
My name is Roger. I think we met. I would just like some answers. I need to know, am I losing my mind? That is you, isn't it? In my dream? Even before you got here, even before I saw you, you were there, weren't you?
Well, what do you know? He's actually talking to somebody of his own free will. Of course, he would pick somebody who doesn't even know he's there.
You must be able to hear me. You picked me, called me. Somehow. What I can't figure out is, why me? They tell me you haven't spoken to anyone since your husband died. So, what do you want from me? You want me to protect you from that thing? Is that it? Because if it is, Miss Kincaid, please, find somebody else. I can't protect you against it. I couldn't protect my own wife when she was dead. She was such a wonderful woman. She was very kind. You'd love her. And on Sunday, the kid... I couldn't. You know, toward the end, we were in the hospital, and she could barely see. And, oh, God, she was in such pain. And she kept calling me, please, please. I was right there, but she couldn't see me. And she kept pleading, please help me. The pain, stop the pain. And she called my name over and over again, and I couldn't do anything. I held her hand, and I wouldn't let go. I felt her hand tighten on mine. That was all. I still don't know if she knew I was there. Mrs. Kincaid, that thing behind the door, whatever it is, it's going to come through pretty soon, isn't it? Maybe tonight. Well, I don't know what's behind your door. I don't know what you're afraid of, but there's nothing I can do to help you. I just want everybody to leave me alone. Get out of my head. Leave me alone.
You fucked something. Let me get through alive. Please help me.
Come on, help me!
No, I can't. Oh, please hurry. He's getting through.
What's out there?
For 10 years, not
somebody in! If he gets through, I'll die.
No, don't. It's time for me to go.
No, you can't go away.
I'm sorry.
Please.
I'm sorry. It's been a long time. Too long. You have to let me go.
No.
Yes, Laura. This isn't even me anymore. It's just a shadow, a memory.
I can't live without you. If you go, I'll die.
No, Laura. Listen. Listen to me. I love you. I want you to go on. I need you to go on. For me, so that my life will have meant something. For me and the kids. For what we had. 40 beautiful years. You are always so strong. You are always there for me. Now I want you to be strong for me one last time. It's all right. It's going to be all right. But I need you to let me go. Live, Laura. Please.
How can I let you go when you never even said goodbye?
Goodbye, Laura. My true, my greatest love. It was you who called me, wasn't it? Not her. Why? Why me? I think you know.
Frank! Hey, look at you.
Where's Laurel?
Oh, she's out back someplace. We're having a poker game tonight, 7 o'clock. I'll hold a place for you, huh?
Why bother? You know he never comes.
Eat your cornflakes.
Hello. I know you're there. And I know you hear me. And I can wait. I can wait just as long as I have to.
You've burned your hand.
Yes.
On a candle.
Yes?
I'm sorry.
Last call for breakfast. Would you like something to eat?
Breakfast would be very nice, I think.
We have bacon, eggs, and toast and marmalade. Toast and jam and jelly. And we've got hash browns, but I wouldn't go near those if I were you.
Mr. Roger Simpson Leeds, lately returned from a journey into shadow, who found that there is no darkness so complete that it cannot be penetrated by the human heart, or the Twilight Zone.
Keep them.
Helgramite method. Cure for the problem drinker. Hey, can I buy you a drink? Weird. Another one, Jamie.
Your pizza's getting cold.
Look, we'll just make it one for the road. I'm out of here. Put it on my tab.
Heard that one before.
Miley Judson, an everyman who has strayed from the path, slipped and fallen many times. A man who seeks solace from his problems at the bottom of a glass. A good man at war with himself, slowly drowning in alcohol, swallow by swallow, pulled down by the insidious undertow of an endless ocean of booze, helpless to stop doing the one thing he does better than anything else: drink.
Hey, rise and shine.
Jamie, just one more for the road.
That's what you said 5 hours ago. We're closed, Miley. Go home.
Home. I gotta go home.
Ready? I'm home and it's pizza time!
Whew, God. God. Hi. I'm sorry, honey. I know, you're hungry. So what do you say we take this old cold pizza, put it in a nice hot oven.
Do you have any idea what time it is?
Are you sick again, Daddy?
Come here. You hit the trail, kiddo. You got school tomorrow. I've had it. I can't take any more.
Dr. Jeannie
Merrick.
I know. Listen, I know it's late, but Matchbox says 24 hours a day.
Come. Come in, Mr.
Miley Judson.
Judson. Come in, Mr. Judson. I'm used to my patients dropping in at odd hours.
The advertisement mentions a cure.
Yes. The Helgramite method. Go ahead. Help yourself.
You want one?
No, thank you. Now, I'll need some information.
Information? What kind of information?
Just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, I'm tired of talking about all the friends I've lost. Tired about talking about all the blackouts. Tired of the hangovers. Look, I know I got a problem. I'm an alcoholic. I guess the bottom line is, what can you do about it?
Have you tried to quit?
Oh, 1,000 times. Tried everything. Shrinks. Aversion therapy. Nothing lasts more than 2 or 3 months. Because I love this stuff. I hate this stuff.
I understand. And I can help. I've yet to encounter a case that's beyond my help. The Helgramite method is unique.
Well, what are you going to do?
It's the first step in your treatment.
Okay. Ooh, let's see. Oh, well. What the hell? What do I gotta lose?
You're quite sure you want to quit drinking? I want you to understand that with this method, there's no turning back.
Things couldn't get much worse.
That's all there is to it for now. Call me in a couple of days.
Well, that's all there is to it. There's no lecture.
Next visit. You don't want to hear any speeches tonight. Go home. Get some sleep.
What do I owe you?
The initial consultation is free. We'll discuss payment later if you decide to continue.
Oh, hell, I'll give it a shot.
I'm certain you will, Mr. Judson.
Oh, how about one for the road? No, just kidding. Morning. Really tight one on last night. Sorry.
Is that the best you can do?
Franny, I think we need to talk.
Talk? Miley, I'm fed up. Do you understand?
Hi.
Hey there, Chatter.
Hey, Chatter. Here. Come here. Take your breakfast. Go in the other room.
No, I said I was sorry, Franny. We'll talk tonight. Things will change. I promise. You'll see.
Man, you're really putting them away.
Watering the stuff down, Jamie? Stuff's got no kick at all. Give me a whiskey, will you? Make it a double.
I never saw anybody drink that much and stay conscious.
I don't feel a thing. This is nuts.
I see you've been drinking, Mr. Judson.
Just tell me what's going on.
Well, as you recall, last night you agreed to start the Helgramite treatment.
So?
Have you ever heard of the Helgramite worm, Mr. Judson?
What? No.
Ah. Well, the capsule you swallowed last night contained a rare sort of tapeworm, the Helgramite larva. By now, the worm has attached itself to your stomach. Your drinking has stimulated its growth.
A worm? Oh, God. You gotta be kidding.
From now on, the Helgramite will absorb all the liquor you can consume. You won't feel any effect from drinking.
You don't think I believe any of this, do you?
Seeing is believing. Of course, this one's not yet fully grown.
things in me.
The pleasure of alcohol is over for you. No more buzz, Mr. Judson. No matter how much you drink, the worm will never be satisfied. And if ever you stop drinking, the pain will be excruciating.
How could you do this to me?
You did it to yourself.
No, I've got to get rid of it.
You can't. A worm is no part of you.
There's got to be something I can do.
There is.
What?
Starve it into dormancy.
How?
Stop drinking.
Stop drinking. I stop drinking, I can stop it.
It's dangerous. You might not live through it. And even if you succeed, the worm will always be waiting for you to drink again. Every time the Helgramite is wakened from its dormant state, it comes back stronger.
Oh!
Eventually, strong enough to kill you. I think the Helgramite is getting thirsty, Mr. Judson. Would you care for a drink to ease the pain? Or have you got the guts to stop?
You look terrible.
I want you to take Chad. Go stay with your mom and your dad for a week, maybe 2.
Why?
Because I'm gonna lick this thing once and for all. Cold turkey.
Same old broken record.
I know you don't believe me, but this time is different. Franny, give me one last chance.
Miley.
Please, I can do it.
What makes you think that this time is going to be any different?
It has to be. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too, Chad.
Hello? Hello? Miley? Miley, is that you?
Oh, why did you do this to me? Oh, God, what gives you the right? Oh, I
feeling is nothing compared to what I went through when I lost my family. The man had been drinking. My wife and 2 children were crossing the street with the light. He didn't even brake until after he'd hit them.
I came to you for help. I came to you for a second chance.
And I'm giving you a chance for a new life. You've begun the process. Now you either quit drinking or die.
Are you sick again, Daddy?
I've had it. I can't take anymore.
It's dangerous. You might not live through it. And even if you succeed, the worm will always be waiting for you to drink again. Every time the Helgramite is wakened from its dormant state, it comes back stronger. Eventually, strong enough to kill you.
Thanks. Keep them. Might need them.
Miley, where you been keeping yourself? You on the wagon again?
Saw to square my tab.
Thanks. How about a drink? It's on the house.
Gotta run.
See you around.
Miley Judson happened upon the simple discovery that there is no surefire cure, no quick fix, no shortcut to either sobriety or peace of mind. Some people achieve it through an individual act of will. Others find strength in numbers. What Miley Judson needed was a little something extra, something that could only be found in the Twilight Zone.
I'll need complete quiet. Please.
Lights, a crowd, a proper atmosphere, and the common coin of desperate belief. Commodities necessary to the life and times of Leonard Randall, who may or may not be someone else as well.
I am Delos, and I am here. $10,000 ago was I born, and 9,500 years ago did I die. I have walked the cobbled streets of the place men called Atlantis, but which we called Shuma Zamoria. My master in wisdom was Eli Ben Zamora, who studied at the feet of the Undying One himself. To you, I bring what little I can offer against the darkness. I am Delos, and I am among you. Speak, and you shall be heard.
So David is a nice man, and I think he's a soulmate. But I'm not sure. And I don't want to get married again until I found that soulmate. I'm really getting pretty desperate.
My child, in Shuma Zamoria there was a rare breed of butterfly with wings as golden as the morning sun, and very, very fast. If you would try to catch it, so, you would never possess it. And the more you would try, the more angry and desperate you would become. But the children knew better. They would lay down and empty their thoughts and be calm, and soon enough, the golden-winged butterfly of Shuma Zamoria would land. Just so. Do you understand?
Yes. Thank you, Delos.
This vessel grows weary. We must not tax the goodwill of our host. I have time for one last question. You, the one this vessel calls Julia.
Thank you, Delos. A question, not for my own benefit. Why have you been silent for so long? And why have you come back now?
I come through the one called Leonard because he has been chosen to receive wisdom. The universe has selected him, and through this he shall gain great wisdom. As for the second question, 5,000 years ago, Shuma Zamoria was destroyed, cast down beneath the waves, a victim of its own decay. And now, this cycle begins again. A third change is nearly upon us. It may bring great good or great evil. And you, all of you, will tilt a balance. My time here has ended. He whose body I inhabit has reached his limit, and I must go. Remember all I have said here today, and seek the light within each of you. I am Delos, and I wish you well. ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming. But I'm afraid Leonard will have to rest for a while. We invite you to come back next week. And remember, an audio cassette of tonight's session will be available in the front lobby in about an hour. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. They're gone. Leonard? Leonard. Hey, the Clippers are actually winning. Can you believe it? It's about time. Here, I want you to sign here and here, okay?
How was the take?
The usual. Up from yesterday, which was up from the day before.
Numbers?
We're booked solid on the 3-day retreat. Crystals, tapes, and amulets are up 5%. Book sales are up by 10, but holding. We got the printer standing by for another run after the TV show. Which reminds me, don't forget you got the pre-interview tomorrow afternoon at 3, okay?
Good. Should be quite a reaction when Delos goes coast to coast.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump till we have a show of our own.
One step at a time. As our good friend Delos might say.
Never take anything for granted in the profit biz.
Words far truer than he suspects.
Hey, that's a good one.
Huh? Yeah, thanks. It is a good line. Listen, get me everything you can on Daphne Blake. The more I know going in, the better I'll be able to tailor Delos.
Yeah, will do. Shall I also send her a bio on you?
I suppose, but nothing too spectacular. Just indicate that I'm a humble tool of the great Delos.
But a worthy tool can be made from even the basest of metals.
Right.
So you understand, gentlemen, this is just a formality. Miss Blake Lake's first-time guest to come by, get a feel for the place. Let us know what you want to talk about. Right this way, please. Formality saves me the trouble of keeping notes. Is there anything in particular you'd like to mention when you're on the air?
Only that the true meaning in life is that which we choose to give it, and that the universe is not without mercy, and not so jealous that it cannot allow for a multitude of visions. All truths are correct, all creeds valid, and the only secret is that there is no secret.
We're having a rally at the Pacific Arts Stadium on the 14th. So perhaps Miss Blake would want to mention that.
Sure. Which part?
You'll have to excuse Mr. Randall. He's been working very hard. Sometimes it's hard to keep it all straight.
I have no trouble seeing things as they are. That is indeed my curse. I see this television as the single greatest time waster in the history of mankind. You make sport of people's pain and exploit people and sell trinkets to those who cannot afford them. You do this to increase your own wealth. Yes, I see things quite well indeed. And I see that the woman in whose employ you labor is an adulteress, a user of chemicals.
That'll be quite enough. You'll excuse me.
What the hell is wrong with you? Where's the guy? He's gone, and I wouldn't blame him if he had the appearance canceled after what you said.
I said what? I didn't say anything.
Leonard, don't play games with me.
I'm not, Don. Honest.
You're not, huh?
And I see that the woman in whose employ you labor is an adulteress, a user of chemicals.
Who's that? It's you.
So what's the situation?
Okay, I talked to the producer at Daphne Blake's show. It took a lot of talking, Leonard, and a lot of favors called in, okay? We're still due to go on the air.
Hey, that's good at least.
Maybe. Leonard, this can't keep going on. Now, you're going to have to do something before we go on the show. You have to get control of that
That voice. Well, it can't be Delos. There is no Delos. I mean, Don, we invented him. Remember? I said a 10,000-year-old warrior, and you thought I said a 10,000-year-old warrior. Hell, I thought you'd never stop laughing.
Yeah, only it's not funny anymore, Leonard. And the money and the good times, it all comes to a stop unless you can get this under control. Which is why I've made an appointment with someone for you. He's a specialist, and I think he can help.
A psychiatrist? No way. Not a chance.
Leonard, I don't know what's going on here, and neither do you. All I know is everything is riding on this show tomorrow. Now, mess up, man. And we're finished.
I said no. N-O. I can handle it!
I'm sorry. Look, can we backtrack a moment? I think there's something I'm not getting here. You're a trance channeler, aren't you?
Yes.
Not to be judgmental, but you're supposed to hear voices, yes?
Yes.
Then what's the problem?
Well, it's, you've got to understand, Dr. Greenberg, I'm really getting this voice, see? And I've got to go on TV tomorrow. So, unless you can help.
Television. Now I start to get the picture, so to speak. Mr. Randall, I've worked as a psychotherapist for 20 years. I pride myself on my record. If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be the subject of this little publicity stunt. You may claim to hear as many voices as you wish, Mr. Randall, but do not come to me to add credibility to your little scam.
Yes, you are a good man. One of the few I have met recently.
That's right, and I... Oh, I see. And this is the voice, is it? Very nice. What else do you do?
I speak honestly, that's all. It's not unlike what you do, I think.
Oh, I see. And who might you be? Napoleon? Aristotle?
Napoleon is dead. Aristotle is dead. And you do not look well yourself. Why do you do that to yourself?
I think that'll be all for today, Mr. Randall.
You miss her very much, don't you?
What?
I see such pain in you. But there was nothing you could do, even if you had arrived sooner. It would have been too late. Your wife misses you as much as you miss her. But she would prefer you did not hurry the reunion.
Get out!
What? What did I do?
Just, how dare you? How dare you use my wife to... Of all the sheep, just get out! Forget my fee, forget the whole thing, just go away!
Hey.
How do I look?
Never mind how you look. How do you feel?
I think it'll be okay. I taped myself last night, and the voice, whatever. It didn't say a word all night. Maybe it's gone.
Well, let's hope so.
3 minutes, Mr. Randall.
Look, just keep telling yourself, get through this, make Thalos a star, and we are set up for life. All right? Come on, let's get out of here.
Well, we're back. Our next guest has been making quite a splash these days, and we're very pleased to have him on the show. He's a trans channeler, and that's a fascinating subject we'll explore in just a moment. But first, I'd like to welcome him to this, his first television appearance, Mr. Leonard Randall. Hello, Leonard. How are you? So, Leonard, could you start by telling us what this trans channeling is all about? I mean, how would you describe what it is that you do?
These are sad times, Miss Blake. All that is mysterious, all that is magic, has been leached away. People who do not see the magic in themselves seek it in someone else. They are so desperate for mystery, for something to believe in. They are willing to accept without question even the most outrageous propositions.
Such as?
Such as the man sitting in this chair. and for the honor of being treated like sheep, for the distinction of being treated like gullible children, they are willing to sacrifice. They would give it all for a scent of magic.
Mr. Randall, do you suppose that we could speak with Delos? He's the 10,000-year-old warrior that you channel, isn't he?
There is no Delos. There never was. Consider it an investment of innocence that turned a considerable profit. And now the game is over. The masquerade is ended. To the followers of Delos, I can only offer the sincere apologies of Leonard Randall. And one slightly used piece of wisdom. Do not seek enlightenment in the vain and self-indulgent proclamations of those who insist you must pay for your own soul. Do not seek it in this box or in the opinions of others. Seek it in the quiet turning of your own considered conscience. Thank you.
Well, folks, you've heard it here first. We'll be back right after these messages.
I'm almost afraid to ask.
The scandal's killing us. Everyone who's ever given us a dime is asking for it back. We've logged 200 angry calls. The investors are pulling out left, right, and center. Oh, yeah. And the IRS is nosing around. We were on shaky financial footing as it was. But now, if you're lucky, there's enough to get you a hotel somewhere for the night. If you're not...
What are we gonna do?
We? Hey, man, I'm out of here. Yeah, it's too bad, really. I thought you were sharp. I don't know. I thought you had it. Anyway, I was wrong. I got a gig with a healer down in Panama. Folks say he's the best around. Probably make it big in a few years. With the right lieutenant. Get some serious help, Leonard. And if we should ever cross a hallway somewhere, just pretend you never met me. I will.
Well, Leonard, guess it's all over now.
Quite to the contrary. It is only the beginning.
It's you.
Yes, I'm pleased that you can hear me at last. There was so much in the way between us. That's why I had to get rid of it all, you see. You couldn't hear me. Anger, Mr. Randall? It seems rather pointless, don't you think? Isn't that what you said? What Delos said? Submerge anger. Find the center.
The hell are you? Come on out! I'll kill you, you lousy. Where are you?
I'm here, Mr. Randall. With you.
Why are you doing this to me? Why?
Look over here, Mr. Randall. I'm here at your urging, Mr. Randall. You said the universe had chosen you for wisdom, and you, of all people, should know that sometimes, when you speak to the universe listens. You asked for wisdom, and now you will receive it. It will be a long process, but to that end, I am willing to be your constant companion. I will be with you every moment, day and night, for as long as it takes.
How long? How long will it take?
20, 30 years, at most. And now, as you say, in your modern world, let's take it from the top.
Critical reviews received and reluctantly acknowledged by Mr. Leonard Randall. A case study in showmanship, who found himself upstaged in the final act by the Twilight Zone. Not so very long ago, before computerized toys and cathode rayed characters did our speaking and thinking for us, one of a storyteller's most important tools was imagination. The imagination of an audience. That was how it used to be, once upon a time.
Maybe a few more minutes.
No. No, I don't think so.
I'd have thought, on a day like today, usually this time of year they arrive in herds.
Used to be. Oh, it's all right. It's easier to say goodbye when there's no one to say it to.
Maybe if we'd publicized it more.
I'm afraid that my little books don't have much to say to the video generation.
But a good story never becomes obsolete.
Maybe a good story, but not the storyteller.
Oh, nonsense. Well, we'll miss you at any rate. When does your house go on the market?
Next week. Oh, I suppose I should be looking forward to it. My sister tells me that Arizona is very good for aching joints.
Is story hour over?
No, you haven't missed a thing.
Oh, good. I'm looking for Hallie Parker.
I'm Hallie Parker.
Oh, great. I'm Nancy Harris. It's very nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Now, what can I do for you? You are a bit older than my usual group.
No, well, actually, I'm here to ask a favor. Would you sign this for me? For my son. He loves all of your books, but this one is his favorite. He's read it 1,000 times.
I'd be happy to. Have a pen?
Oh, sure.
It's a surprise for him?
Sort of. He can't come himself. He's not feeling very well.
It's too bad. Say, how about I bring it to him myself?
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Oh, I'd be happy to.
Are you sure?
Write down your address and your phone number, and I can bring it this afternoon.
Oh, he'd be thrilled. Thanks, Miss Parker. I can't tell you how much this means to me. To Brian.
Well, I'll see you this afternoon, then, eh?
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
His room is right down here. Brian, there's someone here to see you.
Well, so you're my #1 fan.
She's a writer. Do you know what she writes? Well, let me give you a hint. What's your favorite book?
Creatures in the Closet?
Can you read that?
To Brian, who I'm sure always picks up his toys and always puts away his clothes, and who certainly never, ever, ever has creatures in his closet. With kindest wishes. What's that?
That's me, Hallie Parker.
What do you say, Brian?
Gosh, thanks, Miss Parker.
You're very welcome. Want me to read you a story?
I can read.
Of course you can. What would you like to read to me?
You can if you want.
Once there was a lad named Ned who never, ever made his bed. His toys were never in their box. His bedroom floor was piled with socks, and under them was underwear. Who knows what else was under there? Ned's mother begged. She pitched a fit. Your room looks like a cyclone hit. And did Ned care? Not one bit.
This part.
And when he started cleaning, this is what he found. creatures in the closet, badgers neath the bed, no toys inside the toy box. A pen of pigs was there instead. I guess I never noticed, was all that dear Ned said.
And Ned just said, so that's what made that noise. I knew it wasn't me. I'm the quietest of boys.
It must have been creatures in the closet and badgers neath the bed that trampled all my toys and clothes and made my mom see red.
He has to go to sleep now.
Oh, Mom.
Oh, no, that's enough excitement for one day.
Can you come back again?
Well, I don't know, Brian. I'm going away. I'm moving to another place, and it's a little far away. But we'll see.
Okay, bye, Miss Parker.
Bye, Brian. Now, you get well real quick. Hello? Who's there? Broker's due here any minute. Young couple. She says they're looking for a fixer-upper. Okay, I guess. The neighborhood children are pulling all kinds of tricks on me, and I... No, Ellen, it isn't. Phoenix does not have a corner on the nice weather department, you know. Yes, I'll talk to you this weekend. Yes, bye. Oh, no. Hello.
Have an accident?
No, just some neighborhood children, so.
Does that happen a lot around here?
It's normally a very quiet area, isn't it, Miss Parker?
Oh, yes. Very quiet. Very, very nice.
Anyway, Paige and Martin Glazer, this is Miss Hallie Parker.
Well, I imagine that you've knocked some baseballs into living rooms in your day, eh, Mr. Glazer?
I've never been one for sports.
Anyway, shall we get started? Solid oak.
And not a nick or a splinter in it. So that you can slide down the banisters sometimes if you want to.
Gee, Miss Parker, I hope we're not keeping you from anything.
No, no, not at all.
Shall we move on?
The room seemed rather closed in.
Imagine all of this opened up, you know, with the sun coming in the morning. It just makes the world of difference.
I suppose if this dark old furniture was out of here, we could put in that white leather sofa we were looking at.
Oh, but white gets so dirty, doesn't it, with children running in and out?
That's not a problem.
We're not planning on children.
Next room? I know it seems tiny in here, but it's all the books that make it feel so small.
Still very dark, though.
I'm thinking skylight. And some throw pillows, a pale, soft gray carpet. You could even knock out this side wall. It would make a whole new room.
So many memories.
We're standing in a bit of history, you know. I mean, Miss Parker wrote all her famous children's books in this room, at this very desk. Didn't you, Miss Parker?
Oh, yes,
Perhaps you're familiar with some of the titles?
I doubt it.
No? Well, they escaped me at the moment, too. Anyway, onward and upward. Now, you'll notice that the staircase actually complements the home. It sort of sweeps you up to the next floor, where you'll notice that
Well, I guess it has potential, although it needs a ton of work to make it livable.
Well, of course you're right, but that's half the fun, isn't it? Breathing new life into an old place. Oh!
All I need is kids running into my house all day. Is this what you call a quiet neighborhood?
Oh, well, it's normally a very...
Well, it's only children with their playthings.
I told you this place gave me a bad feeling.
Let's go.
Miss Parker, do you want to sell this house or not?
I was only trying to be helpful.
You're only trying to be helpful. Well, how about keeping the toys picked up and the kids out? Thank you so very much.
Who's there?
Hello.
Mrs. Harris, this is Holly Parker.
Holly Parker?
You remember I came by to see Brian last week.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, I'm sorry to bother you so late, but I thought that you'd want me to call. I've had some trouble with pranks from the neighborhood children. Maybe some of them go to school with Brian. I don't know, but one of them has taken his book.
What are you talking about?
The book that I autographed for him.
Miss Parker, Brian's dead.
Terribly sorry.
Miss Parker. Miss Parker, why are you calling?
I have his book here.
Sorry, it can't be. You must be mistaken. Miss Parker, the funeral was this morning, and we left the book with him. It was his favorite, and we figured he would like that.
His book?
Miss Parker, I'm sorry, this is not a good time to call.
Who's that? All right, children, where are you?
Don't go, Miss Parker.
Brian?
Read us a story.
Us?
Me and my friends. We want you to stay. Stay! I want you to stay. Read us a story. You won't leave us, will you?
Of course not.
Promise.
I promise. Once there was a lad named Ned who never, ever made his bed. His toys were never in their box. His bedroom floor was piled with socks, and under them was underwear. Who knows what else was under there? Ned's mother begged. She pitched a fit. Your room looks like a cyclone hit. And did Ned care? Not one bit. And when he started cleaning, this is what he found. Creatures in the closet, badgers in the bed, no toys inside the toy box.
There was an old woman, a page in a book, mere phrases and words at which no one would look. But a tale worth telling has a life of its own, happily ever after, in the Twilight Zone.
Welcome back, Mr. Bennett.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good
Heart transplant right here in our own office.
One man, one heart. An obsolete fact of life. Witness Tom Bennett, a man who accepts his new organ as just one more item that money can buy.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. That was very nice. Now, let's get back to work.
A man who would tell you that the boundaries of the Twilight Zone are shrinking as miracles become commonplace.
What the hell is wrong with Spence? Did you talk to him about this building lease?
Sure, I gave him input. Why?
Look, they want 3 floors, 3 high floors, and always asking
Tom,
for...
Tom, I know. I said exactly the same thing. I told him he's practically giving the store away. Now, about last night.
Yeah?
My compliments to your surgeon.
Hey. Hey, guy. Welcome back. Place hasn't been the same without our killer shark.
Yeah, I noticed that. 60,000 feet at $2 a foot. We can get at least 2.5 for that.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, that's a first. Tom Bennett loosens his tie.
Tom, are you sure you're feeling okay?
If you can show me where we can hit them up for some more money.
It's easy.
How is it easy?
You just up the price to 2.5 per foot, and then tell them to take it or leave it. Did you ever own a pair of really good boots?
Excuse me?
Yeah, the kind of boot that fits around your foot like it's always belonged there.
Don't look at me. If it doesn't have 3-inch heels, I'm not interested.
Where are you going? Be right back. I'm gonna go buy a pair.
You're gonna buy some boots. Tom, we're in the middle of something here now.
Yeah. You wanna come along?
Tom. You're serious, aren't you?
Sure.
Okay. Let's go get them boots, partner. Gourmet lunch? You shouldn't have.
Come on, let's go for a walk.
Okay, what's that? Hot dogs for lunch, strolls on the beach. Tom, this is not like you.
But it's great, isn't it?
Wait a minute, Tom. I can't go down there in my heels.
Take them off.
Sure. Designer hose, $30 a pair. Why not?
Nice, huh?
Yeah, Tom, I really have to get back. Tom. Hello?
That woman.
What about her?
I've seen her before.
Where? You mean here before?
No. Yeah. Maybe I have. While I can appreciate your firm's situation, I'm certain that you can also appreciate ours. If you wish to continue as a tenant...
Excuse me. How about something to eat?
Sure. Julie, want to go?
Thanks. I think I'll pass this time.
The terms I have outlined are the best we can offer in the current rental market. Unfortunately, there's no room for negotiation. That's good. You know, I was thinking this place could use a few plants.
Definitely. I'll order some. Let's go. Good night, Mr. Bennett. He used to hate plants.
Where are we headed?
This car, who cares? Just relax. We'll wander around till we stumble across something.
Okay, what's going on?
Told you, just wandering.
For an hour? Look, I know you like driving this car, Tom, but I'm starving.
Hey, bear with me. I feel like...
Jesus. Now, that wasn't wandering. Tom.
I don't know. I just felt like going in this direction.
Tom, when you have a heart transplant, it's got to be a shock to your whole system, you know? Did they warn you about anything like, temporary craziness?
Tom, what is this? This is dinner.
Get the hell out of here. You got an immune system that's already stressed out. This is not dinner.
You look at that.
What, the waitress?
What are we doing here? Come on, it's a nice place. I want to get to know that waitress. Why? I don't know. There's something about her. It's like she's somebody I want to talk to.
Mister, is there some reason you've been staring at me since you walked in here?
I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Look, this is going to come from nowhere, but will you have dinner with me?
No.
Just dinner. Honestly.
Sorry, I'm booked up till Christmas.
I'm serious. I think we have something in common. Take a chance. Tomorrow night. Or the next night. I know some great restaurants.
Thanks, but no thanks. He asked me for a date.
What did you say? What do you mean, what did I say? I said no.
Mary Jo.
You have got to start dating sometime, and this guy looks like one hell of a way to start.
Why does he keep staring at me?
He's weird. Look, what about Ralph? He'd ask you out in a second if he thought you were available.
Well, I'm not available.
Honey, Jamie's dead. You aren't.
Tom, I want to talk to you. Okay, agreed. We have no claims on each other, fine. But I will not be humiliated.
Huh?
By a waitress? In some greasy spoon, Tom?
Hey, I go in there for lunch a couple of days a week. That's it.
So what's the attraction, the ambiance or the cuisine?
Both. I like the food, and I'm comfortable there. I feel good there. Which is strange, considering nobody likes me.
Least of all, your waitress, I presume.
She's not my waitress anymore. Mary Jo refuses to serve me.
Which is just the kind of challenge you like.
Wrong. As a matter of fact, I keep telling myself this is stupid. What are you doing there? But then, a couple of days later, there I am.
Oh, poor baby. All that meatloaf and no love.
about a piece of that cherry pie?
No. Look, I am getting sick and tired of you hanging around here all the time. You're not coming here for the food.
Yeah, it's really not that bad.
And the fact is, if you're not coming here for the food, there is nothing here for you. Now, why don't you just go and get in your fancy old car and you go someplace else?
Don't you get the message? You're not wanted around here. Come here. It's not that you're not a nice man, it's just that, well, you gotta understand.
Mark, he's here.
I gotta go. Night.
Mary Jo, I want to apologize. I had no idea. Your friend told me.
She had no business doing that.
Mary Jo, you guys must have been pretty close, huh?
Close. We lived next door to each other since we were 5 years old. We always knew we were going to get married. Well, maybe that sounds kind of silly to you. Well, maybe it is silly. But it was the kind of love that makes you hurt. The kind of love that you feel right down into your toes. He promised me. He wanted to wait until he had a good job. And it didn't matter to me at all, but it was important to him. And he did it. I was so proud of him. And he called me up. We set a date. And he was coming right over, and we were gonna celebrate. We were gonna have kids. They said he drove off the road. And they took him to the hospital. Even in death, he did good by somebody else. It's the kind of guy that he was.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Nothing that would mean anything to you. Now, please go away!
Wait, what was his name? I want to know his name.
Jamie Adler.
Thank you, Doctor. Yeah, I appreciate it. Of course, strictly confidential, I understand.
I've just been on the phone.
Me too.
Did you tell McLaughlin that he could set his own price? This is crazy, Tom. There is no way we can agree to it.
You know whose heart they put in me? It's a man named Jamie Adler. Very nice guy.
To which of you should I tender my condolences?
It's a good question.
Where the hell are you going now?
I don't know. Going for a walk.
Look, Tom. If you don't shape up, you're going to lose everything. The house, the job, the car.
I got rid of that car.
here.
Yep, he is. What does he want? After 5 cups of coffee, donut? I think he wants to talk to you. Sure is patient. I think if we went away for the weekend now, he'd still be here Monday morning waiting.
What should I do?
Follow your heart.
Let's take it.
No. Please. Am I really so terrible?
It's nothing to do with you.
You'd be surprised.
I'm sure you're a very nice man. I'm not ready for anyone right now.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
This morning I got this news. It's the kind of news that makes you want to go lie down for a while. I was scared. Then I kind of got comfortable with it. You don't have the slightest idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Not really.
Look, for a long time I was sick. They said it was my heart, but I think maybe it was my life. Half the time I didn't know what I was doing, and the other half I did, but I'm not sure which I'm more ashamed of. And now I've got another chance.
What do you want from me?
Just a chance, whenever you're ready. I've kicked open a lot of doors in my time, okay? But I'm willing to wait for this one to open by itself. If it does, I'm gonna be there, I promise. Well, at least let me buy you a piece of pie. Madam, give me a piece of strawberry pie with peach ice cream, please.
That's my favorite. How did you know that?
Lucky guess?
You're a strange one. I warn you, I'm not an easy person at times.
Oh, really?
Jamie made me a promise, too. He said that he would always be with me.
Yeah, I kind of suspected that. Well, he meant it, I'm sure. And, I'll keep my promise. Cross my heart.
A philosopher once wrote, "The heart has its reasons that reason does not know." Perhaps he was born knowing that truth. Or perhaps, like Mr. Tom Bennett, he discovered it with a little help from the Twilight Zone.
You want some more bacon?
No thanks, Mom.
I saw that.
I'm not hungry anymore.
Where do you think you're going, young man?
Out.
Don't be smart with me. What do you mean out? Out where?
I don't know. Down in the creek. Maybe by Possum Meadows.
Wait just a minute.
Now what?
Put your plate in the sink.
Oh, Mom. Okay.
Thank you.
Can I go out and play now?
Is your room clean?
Mom.
Go on. But be careful.
For Danny Wilkins, a sunny afternoon is a world of adventure. He's a typical boy who likes nothing better than following a trail, just to see where it goes. But today, that trail will lead Danny through a private reserve, which lies just inside the borders of the Twilight Zone.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Danny.
How'd you know my name?
It's written on your shirt.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Who are you?
Scout. What is this for?
It's just a toy.
Of course. Just a toy.
Look,
What kind of fish is that?
it's not a fish. It's a tadpole. They turn into frogs. You know, ribbit, ribbit, frogs.
Oh, yes. Ribbit, ribbit. Is the weather usually like this?
What do you mean?
Does it ever get cold?
Sure, in the winter.
What do you call this place?
Well, the big field is called Possum Meadows. This creek here is, I guess it's just called the creek. I never heard it called anything else. You're not from around here, are you?
No. But I like it here. Very quiet. You come here often?
Not so much anymore. I used to come here all the time with my dad. Well, he wasn't really my dad.
What do you mean?
I never knew my real dad. There was this guy who lived with us for a couple of years. Mom made me call him Dad.
Do you miss him?
Nah. Mom does, though. She thinks it's my fault he left.
What do you think?
I don't know. I guess. Well, I better get going. My mom will be worried.
Worried? About what?
Who knows? Stuff that moms worry about. You know.
Thanks for showing me the tadpole. Sure like to see one when it turns into a rubbit.
That's ribbit.
Oh, yes, of course. I won't forget. Goodbye, Danny.
Hey, I've got an idea.
What do you mean you've been talking to some strange man in the woods?
But, Mom...
How many times have I told you not to talk to strangers?
Scout isn't a stranger. He's my friend.
Don't give me that. You just met him. Where does he come from?
He didn't say exactly.
Then who is he? And what kind of name is Scout anyway?
What kind of name is Danny?
Don't you smart-mouth me, young man.
I'm sorry, Mom. But he's a really nice guy. You'd like him.
Well, we'll never know, will we?
What do you mean?
I want you to stay away from him, Danny, and any other strangers you come across.
Mom, it's kind of too late.
What do you mean?
I invited him to dinner.
Door, young man. I can't believe you did this. Hello, Mr. Scout. There seems to have been a misunderstanding. My son is rather young, and he doesn't understand that you just don't go around inviting total strangers.
Excuse me, Mrs. Wilkins. You have every right to be concerned about who your son spends his time with. Believe me, I never meant to meet you trouble.
Please understand.
I understand. I'll just be on my way. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Wait. Maybe I was a little hasty. But you know how dangerous it is. There are only the two of us out here. Well, you understand. Well, I guess I have enough chicken for 3. Come on in.
Yay!
Thank you. Hello, Danny.
Biff, quiet.
Boy, you sure are good with dogs.
They just trust me, I guess.
Come on, I'll show you my room.
Maybe after dinner. You go wash up now.
Okay. Neat!
Sure you wouldn't like some more peas?
No, thank you. But I'd like some more water, please.
I'll get it.
So, do you have a family?
Family?
You know, wife and kids?
Oh, yes, I do. But I don't see them very often. I travel a lot.
Did your wife work?
Work?
I've had to work since before Danny was born. Most nights I don't get home until almost dark. The worst part is, Danny's left alone a lot of the time.
I don't mind, Mom. There you go, Scout.
Thank you.
Scout, that's an unusual name.
Unusual?
Well, yes. Is it a nickname?
Yes, that's it. A nickname. Sorry.
Danny, get a towel from the kitchen.
This is a very interesting area.
Yes, it is. What brings you here?
Business.
What sort of business?
I work for a large industrial firm looking for a place to locate.
Oh, really? Which one?
It's confidential. I'm really not at liberty to say. It raises people's expectations. You understand?
I bet it's a really big company, right, Scout?
Right.
Are you staying in town?
No, I have a motor home out near Possum Meadows.
Oh, yes, I know the place.
Hey, I've been everywhere around here. I bet I can help you a lot. Mom, can I go with Scout tomorrow and help him find places for his business?
We'll talk later, honey.
But, Mom...
You should listen to your mom, Danny.
Very efficient.
It's just the dishes. You don't seem to know too much about housework, do you?
No, I guess I don't.
It goes up there.
Danny's a fine specimen of a boy. You must be very proud of him.
Yeah, I guess. It isn't easy bringing up a kid on your own. Can you find your way in the dark?
Yes. I don't think I'll have any trouble.
You want to borrow my flashlight?
Thank you, but I don't think...
I'll get it.
I don't think you're going to talk him out of it.
Thank you for the dinner.
My pleasure. Maybe we could.
Here you go. It has new batteries.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
You get into bed, young man. It's late.
Okay, Mom.
I want you to come straight home from school tomorrow.
Mom, I thought you said I could help Scout.
I said we'd talk about it, and we just did. You're to come straight home tomorrow.
But, Mom...
No buts, and stay here. I want you to have your homework finished by the time I get home.
Okay.
Danny?
Good night, Mom.
Good night, son.
Biff? 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 Where are you? Biff?
Hello, Danny. How was school?
Hi, Scout. Okay,
I brought your flashlight back.
thanks.
Are you ready to show me around?
I don't know. My mom said I should stay home after school.
Oh. I talked to your mom, and she said it would be all right.
You did?
Yes. She's over at my house right now. With Biff.
What's she doing there?
We're all going to have dinner together tonight.
We are?
Yes. Now come on, she doesn't want us to be late.
Sounds pretty weird to me.
I thought we were friends, Danny. Don't you trust me?
Well... okay.
found it there. It must be dead.
With Danny! What have you done with Danny?
What's wrong?
You know what's wrong. What have you done with him?
I haven't seen Danny since last night. He wasn't home when I returned the flashlight. He's probably just playing somewhere. With Biff.
I gotta find him. I just don't know what I'd do without him. I'm scared, Scott. I'm so scared.
It's not easy raising a kid alone. Is it, Laura? I'll help you find him. You look down the stream bed. I'll look in the woods.
Danny, are you okay?
Just cold, Mom.
Oh, God, I thought I'd lost you.
Danny Wilkins, beneficiary of an act of kindness offered by a stranger. A stranger who's been reminded of a truth, the power of which cuts across races, cultures, and even species. The love between parent and child. It's a truth that can change minds and actions, even in a place known as the Twilight Zone. We direct your attention to the man with the sleek leather briefcase. His name, Dr. Mallory Craig.
Thanks, bud.
Occupation, psychologist, newly employed by the Crestridge Sanitarium. For the last 2 weeks, he has been visualizing his first day, looking forward to it with eager anticipation. But there's a terror behind those cold institutional walls that nothing in his education has prepared him for.
Dr. Craig?
Yes.
Rebecca Robb. Everyone calls me Becky. I'm the catch-all head nurse, good cop, bad cop, advisor on policy, and tracker down of missing paychecks. Glad to have you aboard.
Thank you. Glad to be here. This place has got a fine reputation. I only hope I can live up to it.
I'll get you the files on your clients. You'll be taking over Dr. Parnett's group, about 6 or 7 people. I think you'll find them all quite fascinating.
Thank you, Becky. Becky, can I see you a second?
Sure.
What can you tell me about this patient? Name of Sharon Miles. It says here she committed herself.
That's correct. Although Dr. Parnett thought there might also have been some family pressure to check in.
It also says she refused to leave the house, was constantly rearranging furniture in strange ways, and refused to sleep anywhere but in a plain white room.
Still does. Since she's been here, she's repainted her room, I guess about half a dozen times by now. Anytime there's a spot or a crack. Dr. Parnett said to let her do it. It might be good therapy for her. She dresses only in solid colors and refuses to leave her room except for meals and counseling sessions. And then only with difficulty.
I've never heard of anything like this before. What's her attitude?
Frightened. Doctor, in my 10 years as a nurse, I've never seen anyone so completely, utterly terrified.
Of what?
I don't know. Even Dr. Parnett couldn't find out that one. Good night, Doctor.
Hi. I know it's a little bit after office hours, but I thought I'd pop by and say hello, if you don't mind. Yours? Nice work. I'm afraid arts and crafts are pretty much beyond me. Tried to make a bookcase once, ended up as a napkin holder. Nice room. Spartan, but very nice.
Thank you.
I've been going over the caseload, and yours is very interesting. I noticed that you graduated to therapy on a voluntary basis.
Dr. Parnett decided not to push matters. If there was something I wanted to talk about, I'd talk about it.
But you haven't. You haven't been to therapy in nearly 2 months. You know, I'm sure if you were to try again, I could arrange for a field trip.
No. I don't think that would be a good idea. Not yet. When I'm ready, maybe.
All right. But if you should ever feel like talking, I think you know where to find me. Good evening.
Ah, good. There you are. I've been looking all over for you. Before everyone went home for the night, I wanted to introduce you to the rest of the staff.
Fine. That'll be all right.
Get it away from me! Get it away from me! Get it away from me!
I told her we don't have any other heavy blankets. It's getting colder and she's
I don't
need
care! Get it away! I don't want patterns!
Look, just go and get 2 or 3 light ones. That should be all right, don't you think?
As long as they're plain. One color, no patterns.
No patterns. I promise.
Guess I didn't make a very good impression last night. I want to thank you for what you did. The staff gets a little impatient with me at times.
All forgotten.
Thank you.
But it would help me tremendously in the future if I understood why you were so concerned.
Hey, Doc. Haven't you heard? Nobody in here but us loonies. We don't have to have reasons for what we do.
I disagree. And for what it's worth, I don't think you are a loony. Scared, yes. And I'd like to try and help. Talk to you for a while.
All right. If you just move that for the time being. After I finished college, I met Jeff. And we got married about a year later. And we had a boy, Bobby. He's 7 years old now. And I don't hate my mother or my father, and I never wanted to sleep with my brother. And I wasn't frightened by a checkered sheet when I was a little girl.
But you were frightened last night. I saw you. You were terrified by that blanket.
No, not the blanket. The patterns.
Why? Don't you want to leave this place? I can't imagine you'd want to stay. Then why don't you tell me?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
You ever look closely at patterns, Doctor? I mean the kind of patterns you find in wallpaper. Cracks in the ceiling. Linoleum floors.
I suppose so, yes.
You ever see faces in those patterns? The way that the cracks and colors come together so that if you look at it, just so, you could swear you see a face.
Of course. We had a linoleum floor when I was a kid. I used to spend hours looking at the patterns, trying to make faces out of them. You see, that's the way the brain works. It tries to find order in chaos. Given the chance, the mind plays a game of connect the dots with whatever it happens to be looking at the time.
Yes, but did you ever wonder why you see faces? Not animals or plants or buildings, but faces.
No, actually, until you mentioned it, it hadn't occurred to me.
It didn't occur to me either. At least not at first. It was Sunday, and I was looking up at the wallpaper. It was covered in abstract patterns, you know the kind. And I was looking up at the wallpaper, looking into the patterns. I saw a face in it. Doctor, I swear it looked back at me. Right at me. I caught it off guard, I guess, because I got the most terrible, horrible feeling that it knew that I saw it. Then I looked away. And it was gone.
Perhaps you only thought the face was looking at you.
No. No! You know when you're crossing the street and you make eye contact with the driver the way everybody tells you to, and even though you can't see them clearly, you can feel when you've met their eyes. You know they're looking at you. Well, this face was looking at me, just like that. Why did it suddenly disappear?
You said yourself that you looked away. At that moment, your mind rearranged the dots into a different pattern, one without a face.
No, there was something there, Doctor. I saw it and it saw me. It's trying to kill me. I saw a face in it. And Doctor, I swear it looked back at me. Right at me. I caught it off guard, I guess, because I got the most terrible, horrible feeling that it knew that I saw it. Then I looked away. And it was gone.
Staying late?
No, I was just leaving.
Well, I hope you brought your coat. Looks like we're heading into the rainy season. Good night, Doctor.
Good night, Becky. You said yourself that you looked away. At that moment, your mind rearranged the dots into a different pattern, one without a face.
No, there was something there, Doctor. I saw it and it saw me. It's trying to kill me.
After I saw the first face, I started seeing more of them. They were watching me, peering out of the patterns of carpet, ceilings, wallpaper. I tried to paint over them, but they kept coming through. Faces in the pile of leaves next door. Faces in tree trunks. Brick walls. Faces in the doodles of my 7-year-old son. My clothes. I had to stop wearing patterns. That's why I don't allow patterns in my room. That's how they come through. As long as they're out of range, I'm safe. Sometimes I get the feeling that I hear them talking, whispering about me, trying to decide what they're going to do about me.
You keep saying they. Who are they?
I don't know. Sometimes I get the feeling that they're looking in from someplace else, someplace parallel to this, that only intersects us at certain points. I get the feeling that they're old. Very, very old.
What do you think they would do to you, finally, if they got you alone?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. And I'm not going to give them the chance to find out.
Did this have something to do with your decision to commit yourself?
I'm awfully tired, Doctor. Can we pick this up?
Will you tell me tomorrow what happened?
Sir, come back!
Don't resist us. Come here. Come with us. Come with us. Come with us. Don't resist.
Bobby!
Oh.
I've changed my mind. I can't live like this anymore. Someone has to know in case something happens to me. Tomorrow I'll tell you everything.
Glad to hear that, Sharon.
And, Doctor, I lied to you. I think I know what they are and what they're trying to do to me. I can't trust them not to. Doctor, please, if anything happens to me, promise me you'll protect them. Jeff and my son, promise me?
Well, I promise.
Good morning, Doctor. Pardon the bucket. We had the roof fixed last winter, but it still leaks a lot. The bucket's all over the place. Storm that big always agitates the patients, and last night was a doozy. Around midnight, we had everyone quieted down, except for your favorite patient.
Sharon? What happened?
She just started screaming right in the middle of the night, screaming and pounding on her door, trying to get out. Kept saying she wanted another room, that she had to get out.
Did she say why?
Well, she was hysterical. Any other night, we'd have given her another room, but you know how crowded we are. She was too disturbed to let her wander around, so we had to lock her room. I called for another nurse to help sedate her. She really fought us, too.
Why didn't you call me?
Well, we were going to, but she quieted down. We didn't want to disturb you.
Good morning, Doctor.
Oh, I hear you give our nurses quite a night.
Well, I was being silly, and I realize that now. Storms frighten me. Actually, thanks to you, I realize I've been silly about a lot of things.
Such as?
Such as being here, committing myself, abandoning my son and husband just because of some perfectly irrational fears. It's wrong. And I can see that now. I guess all I really needed was someone to talk to.
I fear you give me way too much credit. It's a very pretty outfit. Very intricate patterns. I thought...
Just one more sign that all is well. I called the front office and had it brought to my room. With some luck, I signed the release forms and I'll be leaving here this afternoon.
So soon? I thought we could at least finish our...
We did. And again. Thank you.
Cab's here. Thought I'd help you with your bags.
Thank you.
Besides, I couldn't just let you go without saying goodbye, could I?
No, I suppose not. All the help is quite appreciated.
Did you hear something?
No. Must have been the wind.
Next time you're alone, look quickly at the wallpaper and the ceiling and the cracks on the sidewalk. Look for the patterns and lines and faces on the wall. Look, if you can, for Sharon Miles, visible only out of the corner of your eye or in the Twilight Zone.